It's crazy times right now. Here's the thing about life, and we talk about this all the time. That's why I say we we are a culture as human beings, not as ethnicities, nationalities, whatever the case may be, but just a culture. All right. What we do is once the dust settles, we forget. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I say all the time, I got no problem with these youths out there doing what they got to do, right? Because once the dust settles, we forget. Perfect example of that is we've seen how many people are affected by COVID-19, right? A lot of people died. We're up to probably 120 here in this country right now, 120,000, right? But after a while, everybody, when it came out, everybody's like, oh gosh, I gotta stay alive. You know what I mean? We gotta band together. We gotta be careful. We gotta be cautious because we need everybody to stay alive. After a while, it turned into, man, this cabin fever is setting in. You know what I mean? I gotta go. I'm stuck in the house. Till it turned into, y'all trying to keep me inside of this house, right? Till it turned into, let's go. Let's go to the beach. Let's go do this. Let's open back everything. And of course, and I'm not saying shut down everything and stop life. We've got to figure out a way. But we got reckless with it. We got reckless with it. Thank you so much, Juliana. I'm glad to see you too. We got reckless with it. Everybody's going out there. They're doing their parties. They do what they do, getting it on. And hey, it is what it is, right? But now we see a spike in even those places, counties, cities, states that had low rates before of infection and deaths. And now we're having spikes. We see Florida right now is one of the worst, right? Not surprised. Saw everybody going to the beach, everybody coming from near and far. Our borders were not closed or anything, so people are coming in for spring break, for all kinds of stuff, right? Leaders, man, leaders. Leaders are either going to lead you on the right path or lead you completely astray, right? And it is a tough place to be. I would not want to be in the shoes or the position of any leader right now, having to deal with the current climate. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's challenging. But at the end of the day, sometimes we do things right. Sometimes we do things wrong. And being that I'm not an expert, I'm giving the layman viewpoint. A lot of things being done wrong. More wrong than right. So we got to get outside of ourselves, outside of politics, outside of agendaism, and think about the well-being of folks, all right? We don't care about rallies and, yes, election and them things are important, but guess what? Dead people ain't voting. I ain't seen no dead people at the polls, right? I've never seen it before. So we kill off the people, they ain't going to make it to the polls. We got to think about those things, all right? Did you all see all the police officers that are resigning, I guess, as far as protest? Feeling that they're not being supported, they don't have any support. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ludicrous. But here's the thing. Law enforcement is now on Front Street. They're being made accountable for their actions to some degree because it is obvious that hasn't tamed anything. We still see it. You know what I mean? Tensions are high. The climate is as such, but yet still every single day we see something else, right? You'd think, when you get a speeding ticket, you slow down at least for a little bit before you start speeding again, right? We're not even seeing that. But we have a lot of law enforcement people. I'm not going to say law enforcement professionals, but law enforcement people who have resigned. So you have people doing bad things in there, and it's coming to light, and people are up to their wits' end and are now doing something about it, and it is forcing the powers that be to take a look at it. And as a result, the police officers who want to do wrong, because that's how I'm gonna call it. I don't give a damn which police officer or law enforcement person wants to say no. You want to do wrong and you can't do wrong, and you see that the cameras are coming your way and you're a wrongdoer. So as a result, you decide that this is not for you, right? If you see people doing wrong and they're being held accountable for their wrong, and as a result, you in turn want to protest, you in turn want to flee because you think that you should be protected in doing wrong, then I say good riddance to bad garbage. And I'm not saying all law enforcement people are, but I'm saying you, the one who feel like you need to resign, as a result, good riddance to bad garbage. All right? Good riddance to bad garbage. it's amazing we have conversations with folks. A lot of them won't come on camera, won't have the conversation, but we hear people talk about, oftentimes, they're humans too. You're absolutely right. Everybody's a human being. Law enforcement professionals are human beings. It's just funny and amazing how people want to be God when it suits them, but be human in time of retribution. Right? You want to be God because you want to give life in terms of determining who's going to walk today and who's not going to. And you want to take life in terms of who you want to kill today. Right? That's God-like to me. Right? So you want to be God. When you suit up, you want to be God. But when shit hit the fan and the suit comes off, you want to be considered human. It kind of don't work that way. You got to choose. You got to choose. You got to choose. You got to choose. So it's just one of them things where we also hear concerns are that, wow, well, we're not going to have a lot of people wanting to enter into the police force and law enforcement and so forth. And if transparency, if accountability, if responsibility, if moral high ground, right? If a moral compass, if moral fortitude is a deterrent for you to go into law enforcement or any other branch of work, then the truth is that avenue is better off without you. If you're coming to the table and you're saying, well, damn, I can't go in there and just act a fool. I can't run amok. I can't hurt people. I can't harm people. Can't abuse my authority. I can't use racism as a reason to inflict harm and wound on anybody. If those are the reasons why you can't go to the job, if those are the reasons why you can't join the force, then the force is better off without you. And for those people who are concerned about it, as in those people who are, in recruiting and hiring and getting people to join the police force, those people who are hesitant to come right now because of these reasons, they're making your job a lot easier. Those are the people that you were supposed to have weeded out in the first place, but you probably wouldn't have because you didn't mind it, right? So you're not losing anything. You're not losing anything, right? So good riddance to bad garbage for those who have opted to resign. All right? Here's what it is. No empathy from me. Hope you find a job somewhere else. Frankly, I hope you don't, but I'm just saying. It's sad. It's sad when somebody has to draw the line in the sand between staying at a place that requires you to do good or having the opportunity and the okay to do wrong. When somebody says, nah, man, if you're not going to allow me to do wrong, I've got to go. Nah. All right, and I always take take a minute to always large up, and I gotta big up the law enforcement professionals who are good cops. I hear the word tossed around all the time. They're good cops out there. I am sure they are. All right, I know law enforcement professionals. From what I see, they're good people. Good people don't automatically equate to good cops, right? I know good people who are bad accountants. Not true. Good people who are bad athletes, but they're athletes. Not true. So here's the deal. I not swear for nobody. I will not do it. But from what I see, they're good people. Well, like I always say, who they show you at home and who they are when they suit up is two different things sometimes, and I don't know. But if you are on the good side of the fence, then thank you. We appreciate you. Now continue to do good. And half of doing good is not siding with bad. Right? Somebody doing wrong and you enable them, encourage them, turn a blind eye, then you know better. Right? I keep going back to my girl Sugar and her comment. How come so much people get raped and nobody knows any rapists? So I'm going to say, how come so many bad cops are out there and nobody knows any bad cops? Everybody's a good cop. And it's just a bad apple or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 million. All right? I'm going to add the million to it. Because a lot of people out there that are terrible human beings. And they just happen to be in a particular job. And we're holding them to a standard by which they were never capable. All right? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but I pay attention to what's going on. And salute to Bubba Wallace. You know, that one top tier black NASCAR driver. I'm sure there are other NASCAR drivers, but just one top tier. And he's the one that's kind of been pushing and lobbying for them to remove the Confederate flag from being a place in NASCAR. Right? It holds a tainted history. And a lot of people sit and laugh and smile, which but they see the history a little bit different. They see the history and how it favors them. And truth be told, it doesn't even really favor them because there wasn't much success on the grounds of the Confederates, right? But at the end of the day, it holds a lot of hurt for people. So it's never cool, never, ever cool to ask people to get rid of their hurt just so you can party a bit, so you can salute your folks. You know what I mean? It's just not cool. That's just my opinion. All right. Not sure how much longer we'll be hanging out. All right. But I just want to thank y'all so much for rocking out, man. And again, salute Bubba Wallace. I'm not going to lie to you. I never thought I'd see the day when NASCAR would stand up for racism, stand up to racism, I would say, and stand up for, you know, black people going through racism and so forth. I'm hella surprised. I'm hella impressed. I'm hella intrigued. I'm hella proud, and I'm hella thankful. All right? NASCAR fans, NASCAR as a whole, lodge up. All right? Lodge up. I guess today I think was the viewing for the legendary Mr. Bobby Digital Dixon, the OG. Again, one of the best conversations I've had inside of the Homegrown Studios. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for that. Lodge up yourself. So my condolences again to the family of Mr. Bobby Digital Dixon. It was indeed an honor. And I'm going to say your legacy, your legend, man, it's just etched in the walls. It's etched in the in the high ground of reggae and dancehall and Jamaican culture. Thank you so much for all that you've done, all that you've contributed to the culture, to the music, to the movement, to the country. It means a lot to me, and I know for sure it means a lot to so many other people. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Grammy Rose, him says, Zum Zum.
Zoom, zoom. Police them a run with the zoom zoom. Them knock up on me, I tell you zoom zoom. Mama will I red because I zoom zoom. Papa in my ball cause I zoom zoom. Set the pressure at the street up here zoom zoom. Youths all over with the zoom zoom. Said them hungry, them can't find no food. Said the youths them a loot and shoot. Yes, the youth, them you don't know, say them rude. Nah, take no talk in a Babylon yard. Never youth, you ready for job again. I miss a live it up, youth, cause the time is now. Them the youth strong, yes, them have it locked. No matter what you do, you can't stop them cut. Action speaks louder than words. I miss a disappear.
It's Michael Grammy Rose, ladies and gentlemen. From the unreleased Vault, Zoom Zoom. I dig this song. Y'all gotta heed the words though, alright?
Good boy bust a shot and me say zoom zoom. Police them a run with the zoom zoom.
Clementine, how are you? Madre.
Mama will I red because I zoom zoom. Papa in my ball cause I zoom zoom. Set the pressure at the street up here zoom zoom. Youths all over with the zoom zoom. Said them hungry, them can't find no food. Said the youths them a loot and shoot. Yes, the youth them you don't know, say them rude. Nah, take no talk in a Babylon yard. Never youth you ready for job again. I miss a live it up, youth, cause the time is now. Them the youth strong, yes, them have it locked. No matter what you do, you can't stop them cut. Action speaks louder than words. I miss a disappear in a thin ear. Them the youth, yes, them not really have no fear. Walking the ground, trampling the dragon, busting up the iron.
zoom zoom.
Them knock upon me, I tell you zoom zoom. Mama will red because I zoom zoom.
Hey Diane,
Papa in my bank cause I zoom.
how are ya?
Set depression at the street appears zoom zoom. Youths all over with the zoom zoom. Set them hungry, me can't find no food. Full of attitude and them no have no gratitude. Sing na na ding ding wah wah. I miss a firehouse running red. I miss a gunshot beating in the streets. Fire in the streets. Upper summer con miss a upper Bin's road. Them a youth a just them no know the road code. Busting up the guns them, running all the ends them, killing off them friends them. Good boy bust a shot and miss a zoom zoom. Police them a run with the zoom zoom. Them knock up on me, I tell you zoom zoom. Mama will red because I zoom zoom. Papa in my bank cause I zoom zoom. Set depression at the street appears zoom zoom. Youths all over with the zoom zoom. Set them hungry, them can't find no food. Looting and shooting never stop. When you see them coming, them not turn them back. Mama say what's with you, I got someone you.
Julia, how are you? Dinny Wagwan, Clark, Thigh, Boston's in the building.
Police them a run with the zoom zoom. Them knock upon me, I tell you zoom zoom. Mama will red because I zoom zoom. Papa in my bank cause I zoom zoom. Set depression at the street appears zoom zoom. Youths all over with the zoom zoom. Set them hungry, them can't find no food. Zoom zoom. Diggy 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 ding ding na na. Zoom zoom. Zoom zoom. Diggy diggy dig na ding ding boy.
Who's a double play for the Michael Grammy Rose? Be safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.